This is the coolest reel ever, and here's my studio partner Levi. So here's what he did to help make it. So first things first is Levi remodeled the bunker interior from our last video, and made sure to add the cold beer. Then added some PS2 gameplay onto the monitor, and put all the TVs into the background, and animated the satellite dish. Then was on filming his plates in his office. So Levi showed me his new workflow he's been using to roto anyone in about 10 seconds for free. Then over in DaVinci, using the alphas, Levi used those to mask the footage and then hand animate some squash and stretch effects. Then back to Blender to add in some textures and bring in the planes. Then using another local model to generate a normal map for more accurate relighting in Blender. Then over to Nuke for some compositing with dust, dirt, and lens flares and everything else in between. And with that, is Levi's first shot done, and now it's on to the button. So for this shot, Levi added in some details in the background, like old pizza boxes, moving supplies, and even our little robot friend Gert operating a forklift, and even animated the forklift lowering in my clone. Look at him go, forklift certified. Then it was on to some alternative angles of the shot, and lining it all up, and animating the button press. And of course, some gaming references. Then it was time for the big evil laser. So for this shot, Levi brought in his plate, animated the camera movement and all the lights flickering as the beam charged up. Then added in a super bright emissive cylinder, and then over an EmberGen a particle sim for the satellite dish charging up. And finally, a physics sim for the roof exploding from the laser. Then it was time to say goodbye to astronaut friend. So Levi got the Earth model and animated the laser shooting right past the camera. Then he brought in the astronaut model, animated him slightly moving, and then cut a hole in his midsection with a boolean, and then added in some new ember material for the edges, and simulated a particle system of the embers floating away. And finally added in the ISS space station and a tether using Blender's cloth system. And for the last shot, it was a simple dolly out with our company logo animating on the monitor. And with the visuals done, Levi then handled the sound mix over in Ableton. And that's how he made the coolest reel ever.
Levi, it's time to launch!